Hey there, my friend. This is Paul Hutchings with paulhutchings.net, and you're watching this video because you're looking for some information on MIchael Hyatt, Your Best Year Ever. And I'm actually reading this audiobook or listening to this audiobook right now. And I just finished up chapter 2. And so what I want to do in this quick video is I wanted to share with you my biggest takeaway from chapter 2 of MIchael Hyatt, Your Best Year Ever. It's a really powerful idea that I really believe can help my life and your life. And so I want to encourage you to pay close attention as I share with you just this big idea, right? So one of the things that MIchael Hyatt talks about all throughout this book is goal setting and how to achieve your goals. And he also talks about things that tend to hold people back. So in chapter 2, he talks about a really common thing that tends to hold people back from achieving their goals. And he explains it in the form of an example from his life. He talks about this dog that he had named Nelson that was an English setter. And he said it was a great dog. The only problem was every time the door opened, the dog would bolt out the door like an escapee from prisoner and like run clear off their property, right? And so one of the things that they did is they said, hey, let's get Nelson this collar and then we'll set up like this electric fence boundary around our property so that every time Nelson tries to run out of our property, he'll get this little shock. And so they put this collar on Nelson, and every time Nelson tried to run out of the property, Nelson would receive this shock and he would, stay within the property. Great, right? It's all working. Now, here's the fascinating thing that they noticed was they said that after a while, they realized that the collar wasn't even necessary. Nelson got conditioned to stay within the defined area, whether he had the collar on or not. And so what MIchael Hyatt in this book says is that the boundary had moved from the external to the internal, right? And he says this relates to human beings in the sense that if we have a limiting belief, it doesn't matter what's possible for us in reality. If we believe that something is not possible for us on the inside, then just like Nelson, we will be defined to that area that our beliefs provide for, right? So this is one of the things that holds people back. And so what I wanted to do also is I wanted to just share some thoughts that I had as I was reading about this idea. Tony Robbins, in one of his books, talks about what a belief is. And he says that a belief is an idea. And if you can imagine this idea like on a tabletop, right? Like if you can imagine a table with 4 legs, and on top of this table is an idea, and then each leg under the table represents a reference point, right? So like you might have an idea that you believe, like maybe you believe that that you're successful, right? And underneath that table, you've got a reference point where you think back, okay, well, I remember in high school, I was a running back and I scored touchdowns, right? So that means I'm successful. So you've got a reference point supporting that. Maybe you were successful in school. Maybe you had some good grades, right? So you've got a reference point supporting that. And on and on. And so what Tony Robbins says is that the more reference points you have underneath the table of any idea, the stronger your belief will be. Now, why is this important to understand? Well, it's important to understand because not all of us have powerful reference points, you supporting powerful beliefs. And like MIchael Hyatt says, sometimes we might have an idea on a table that has negative limiting like legs under the table, right? Like we might believe, hey, I can't achieve my goals. And the reason why is because, gosh, I remember last year when I set a New Year's resolution and I failed, right? So that's a reference point supporting this negative limiting belief, right? So I think this is just a really great framework for understanding beliefs. And what I wanted to do is I wanted to share with you one way that I've used to change beliefs and enhance empowering beliefs for me that's worked really well in the past. And it might work well for you. So one of the things that I did when I first started learning about beliefs, clear back in 2009 when I was living in a single wide trailer house, is like, man, this belief stuff is powerful. So I was like, how can I install empowering beliefs in myself? And what I did was I wrote down on a sheet of paper the beliefs that I wanted to have, powerful, useful, motivating beliefs, and I wrote them down. Now, keep in mind, there's a lot of different ways we can change beliefs, right? This is just one. It's a simple one. And that is you write down the empowering beliefs that you want to have. And then every morning and every night, you read through those beliefs. You just read through them every day, right? And what you're doing is you're utilizing a tool, psychological tool called repetition. And what this can do is over time, what the mind starts to do when it hears an idea that's repeated again and again and again, is the mind starts to search for examples throughout your life for reference legs underneath the table to support that idea. And so you can try this out, right? Maybe just get out a sheet of paper and write down ideas that are empowering, like, I believe in myself. I believe in the people around me. I believe in possibilities, right? I believe that at any point in time, I can make a new decision. I can listen to a new thought. I can chart a new course, and you just write these ideas down, and then you just get in the habit of repeating them. And what can happen is, like I mentioned before, your mind will start to search throughout your life for reference points to support these beliefs. And this is just one way you can install empowering beliefs in your life. And I found it to be really, really helpful. So you might find that to be helpful as well. So I just want to share this powerful idea from Michael Hyatt, Your Best Year Ever. Really liking this book and appreciating the value that it's delivering to my life. So hopefully you got some value from this tip in this chapter. And before you go, I did also want to make you an offer. I actually put together a really awesome PDF ebook. It's called Lighthouses for the Soul. And what it is it's a combination of 294 of my favorite, motivating, light-bringing, inspirational quotes that I've run across in my personal development journey. And I wanted to offer that to you. There's a link below the video. If you like to read things that inspire you and enlighten your mind, you might get some great value from that book. So right below this video, there will be a link, paulhutchings.net/wisdom. You can download that for free. There's some other goodies that you'll get when you subscribe and grab that ebook as well. So whatever you do, my friend, thanks for watching. Always go for your dreams. Hope you have an awesome day. Let me know your thoughts down below. Are there things that you've done in your life that have helped you to install empowering beliefs? Are you reading this book, Michael Hyatt, Your Best Year Ever? What are your thoughts on it? What are your takeaways? I'd love to hear down below. So thanks again and have an awesome day. Bye for now.